Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh,
I am
God.
Hippie. I want to welcome you to the HS podcast. We have a special guest with us today, XavierEXE. Why don't you go ahead and tell them a little bit about yourself and what you do, and then we'll do an interview.
Okay, hi, I'm Xavier, and I'm the composer for Wynncraft. So, I write all of the note block music you'll hear in all of the different areas, or some of it. There's a couple other composers, and one of them quit, and so I replaced him, and I joined the team roughly 6 months ago.
Sweet. Yeah, snaps. Alright, so I guess we gotta start with the basics. How did you find Wynncraft?
I found it a couple months after it was released on the Crafted Movie channel. I saw the original trailer and joined right away.
Wow.
It's my turn. Hi. Okay. So, we heard that you were like involved with a lot of Corkus things. This is like late because Corkus was like 1,000 years ago. But how was it like to do that type of stuff?
Okay, so Corkus was my first major update that I worked on, and it was pretty exciting. In the last couple months, I actually got the songs for it done. There's 6 major tracks you'll hear in Corkus, and I was the one that wrote all of those. And I did a couple other jobs because there's like the lazy jobs, not the lazy, but like the boring jobs that no one else wants to do, and I'm obsessed with Wynncraft, so I just did them instead. So I did all of the loot chests, and I built the parkour in the Corkus dungeon with
so
help
tell
from.
us where all the loot chests are right now. I'm just...
Right.
I will give you a map of all the tier 1 loot chests.
Oh, sweet. We're gonna have all the tier 1 loot chests out tomorrow. We're gonna have a new Corkus loot run. It's gonna be great.
It's called the Loot 1 Corkus Run. Yeah.
Loot 1 Corkus run. That'll be perfect.
That's awesome.
But I have to give credit to a couple other people that helped with the parkour. There was a few builders, and then almost all of the animation work was by Colin, and then Selvet had the original concept. It wasn't just me.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you made a lot of the music for Corkus, and you've been making a lot of music. So how long have you been making your own music?
Oh boy, I started composing I started writing my own original noteblock music probably like a month and a half before they had the composing contest.
Yeah.
And before that, I started by like remaking the songs that Needler had in game because I wanted to be able to listen to them outside of the game, and you couldn't, so I did it myself. And they're kind of lame, the remakes.
No.
I tried, but some of them are good, some of them are not as good. And then I started writing my own songs, and they were kind of decent. And then I wrote Tower of Ascension to apply for composer, and it worked.
I think
What
that's how I
inspired
found
you?
you, actually.
Oh,
Oh god, I just interrupted you. Oh, that's awkward. I think
Okay,
that's
you
how
go,
I
you
found
go.
you, actually, though, because I was making a video and I wanted to use the music, but
Yeah.
I didn't really want to record it in game and then transfer it over, and I found yours.
Because it's laggy.
Yeah. I found yours on YouTube, and I was like, I'll go ask him, and you were cool with it, and let me use anything from your channel, and that's kind of how I found out about you. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I fell in love with 60.
The new ship.
Yeah.
Ship
Oh, God.
Ship it. So before you cut me off, or
Oh,
before
gosh.
I cut you off, I don't know what happened.
Whoa, I don't
What
know.
inspired you to start making music and win music and all this stuff?
Okay, so I got into music in grade 5 because band class was mandatory, and I was actually very against it. And then it was the second day, and I completely changed my mind about it. And I chose to play the tuba, so bass lines are like my favorite thing in music. And listening to the Wynncraft music, I was like, I want to be able to do this. And so I started trying to write my own music with Noteblock Studio because it was free and not that complicated.
That answered the
That
next
works
question.
perfect. Maybe you can go into a little bit more depth. So what do you use in total to make all of your music?
Okay, so my mind and Noteblock Studio. That's about it.
Yeah.
There's not that much fancy stuff that goes into it. I use Noteblock Studio, I place the notes, there's tracks for each line, and I only have...
probably a mouse.
Yeah. I use the computer to write my music.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Good.
There's only 5 instruments and 2 octaves and 3 different tempos that we can use.
Oh god.
It's limited, but I have fun.
Alright, what's your favorite thing about making music?
Trying to do things that other people don't like doing. Time signatures are the one thing I have a lot of freedom over in note blocks, and so I've used a lot of weird ones like 15/8 and
I know
7.
what that is.
Yeah.
And so they feel all lopsided, but depending on the area, it fits. Like, if you want to make something happy but weird, let's use 15/8 and write it for the forest where you're on drugs in Shattered Minds.
Oh.
And it makes sense.
Yeah, it did. So, if you were to give any advice to a beginner making music, what would you say to him?
Okay, I would say learn at least some music theory if you're interested in composing, but don't treat it as like this rule book that you have to follow. Treat it as like the helpful suggestions you get from a friend, because I don't know that much music theory, and I use some of it to help with my music, but if I followed music theory, a few of my songs wouldn't exist, because I branch out and do things because I don't know some of music theory, and then I look at it and they're like, this is wrong, and I'm like, no, it's not. It's just music.
Yeah.
Like, it's just different. So don't be afraid to experiment with your music. Like, just don't be afraid to try and share what you come up with. Because if you don't try it out, then you're not going to get better at it.
Yeah.
That can be said about a lot of things.
Yeah.
That's good advice, though.
How excited were you when you found out that you got composer rank?
Okay, I can go a little bit before that when I saw the post on the forums about needing
Yeah.
a new
Yeah.
computer. It was like the end of the day at school, and I ran home, and I actually got home in 11 minutes, which I've never been
Oh,
able
God.
to do. And I started Tower of Ascension immediately, and then waited like 3 weeks to get a response, and it was the scariest 3 weeks of my life. And then they were like, yeah, this is cool. It was
Oh,
abandoned
God.
bank, so that
Oh,
was about the response I got. And then I added Salted on Skype, and he was like, okay, here's your trial. Write a
wow.
song for Sandswept, and write a song for Amsword, and write a boss battle theme. And I'm like, I already did a boss battle theme, and he's like, write another one.
oh my gosh.
So I spent a while coming up with Amsword, and then Sandswept Tomb didn't take me. I came up with Sandswept Tomb in the shower, and Amsword in class.
That's how you
And
do
then-
it. That's how you get your music.
Here's my music, and then I was like, okay, I still need to do the boss theme, and Salva was like, no, that's good. And then I was a trial. Then I was a
Yeah.
composer.
Good. I'm
It was
glad.
kind of laid back, because they don't really do trials for ranks besides Builder and GM and, I guess, Command Blocker.
Yeah, I think me and
They
Bree were
just-
still excited though when we found out that you got composer rank, because she had heard Tower of Ascension. I almost said it. I almost said
I
Tower
kept
of.
replaying
Yeah.
it and like making him
She
listen
really
to it. I was
liked
like,
it.
dude.
Yeah, she was like listening to it in her casual time, like not even on Win or anything, just listening to it.
I look back at Tower of Ascension now and I'm like, it's good, but it's extremely repetitive. But then I realized like it kind of fits the area, because Tower of Ascension itself is like the most repetitive
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
in the game.
It always got stuck in my head, so you had to like listen to it so to calm
Yeah.
your
So
I'm really happy. Turned out.
Word is that you make a lot of music with Sage Builds. So what is it like to collaborate on music?
Okay, so here's the thing with Sage. He like shows up and writes a couple songs and then disappears for like 2 months.
Yeah.
So I've collaborated on a couple songs with him, but most of my collaborations were with Selvit actually. But collaborating on songs is amazing, because there's a lot of ideas that I don't have, or I'm like, I don't know if this will work, or there'll be an area where I'm trying to come up with a theme for months and I won't be able to do it, and then like Selvit will have this amazing idea for something that works
Snaps
for it,
for
but not be able
Selvit.
to, but not continue with it. And so he'll pass it off to me, and I'll be like, this is the best thing I've heard in my life. And then I'll add to it, and then I'll send it back, and we'll just send the file back and forth until we're both happy with it. And it's really neat writing music with other people. And like, I wouldn't want to strictly write all my music with another person, but
Yeah.
collaborating every once in a while is a really fun experience that I have.
In your opinion, what's the best song you've made for Wynn?
Oh boy, the best song I've written, I feel so far, would be Corkus Docs. It uses a lot of the things I've come up with in note blocks. It has a very interesting key signature, but it's comfortable, and it has a normal time signature, so people don't have to try and figure out what the hell's going on when they're listening to it. And it has intro, it changes tempos, it uses the echoing thing, but not for the entire song, and it has a fun bass line. And it fits, so I'm extremely proud of that.
If it fits, it ships. My God.
Literally, because there's like ships at the top.
Yes.
So, out of all the songs that you've made, is there any one from the past that you would want to change or remake if you got the opportunity?
Pirate Cove.
Yeah?
Pirate Cove works, and it's like decent, but first off, it's 59 seconds long.
Oh.
It's short and really repetitive, and it has one melody I came up with and then just like changed slightly 3 times. And I kind of hit a wall with it, and they were like, "This is good." And I'm like,
This is good.
"Okay, this
They
is
say
kind
that
of not as good as it could be, and like I could just go back and fix it, but I don't know how to make it better. But it
Yeah.
can be better. It's decent, but it's my least favorite out of all the songs I've written. But other people seem to like it, which is important. So,
Yeah.
hooray, I guess.
Do you wait? What the heck? Okay, dyslexia. Sorry. Okay. Do you do any type of music outside of Wynn?
Okay, so I'm in my high school band, and I'm in the jazz band as well. Jazz tuba, that's normal, not really. And then I'm just starting to learn to write music on an actual score. So I have one
Oh, wow.
song, it's a remake of Ravine Village in a program called Sibelius, using actual instruments, and it's nice. You would never hear it played in real life because it has 5 clarinets and 5 cellos and nothing else. There's like percussion and then that.
That sounds like a great song. I mean, clarinet.
It's T, but it's a very weird ensemble.
Yeah.
But I'm proud, and I'm trying to do other stuff with actual instruments, and I want to learn how to use FL Studio eventually too,
Yeah.
so I can do stuff outside of note blocks. But right now, I'm comfortable with note blocks, and I feel like there's more I can do. And Wynncraft still needs like 70 more songs, so
Oh, wow.
got my work.
Oh, God. So, you answered it a little bit. You said that you played tuba, but I'm wondering, do you play any other instruments other than that?
No. I wanted to originally play mallet percussion like xylophone and
Yeah,
marimba,
yeah.
but you needed prior music experience to be a percussionist, which I had
Oh,
none
no.
of, so I chose the tuba because my mom played it,
Yeah.
and I've played
You
it
can
for
play
almost
good
7 years now,
triangle.
and I'm very... Yes, the triangle. Okay, this actually brings up an interesting story. I'll try not to rant, but
Yeah, go for it.
there was one song we had where we didn't have enough percussionists because I was playing with another band because they didn't have a tuba player. And they also didn't have enough percussionists, so I doubled on tuba and triangle.
Oh my god.
And it's one of my favorite songs I've ever played.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so I guess I kind of play percussion, but not really, and I only play the tuba. I tried to learn piano, kind of, not really. I have a keyboard, but I can't play it. I use the chords and that's it because I can't play it
Yeah.
because I'm uncoordinated.
Same. Until I got a ukulele. Oh my god, voice crack. Jesus Christ.
But yeah,
What are your plans with... Oh, what? Oh,
What was that?
What
What
are-
happened? Oh, God, what happened?
sorry.
what are your... What are your plans with music for the future, and is there any goals involving music?
Okay, so my plan is to actually start writing music with a proper program instead of note blocks, and eventually probably become a composer if I can manage that. Composing's kind of not the most stable job, but
Same with artists.
like it's something I already do in my free time, so my hobby would become what I get paid for, which is the most I could really ever ask for in a job. So I want to major in music in university and then go on and actually write music for other games and stuff.
That'd be cool.
Imagine going in and being like, hey, here's my resume, and already saying I wrote music for a game.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
I don't have to say it was note blocks for Minecraft server. I can just say I wrote a soundtrack for a game and be done with it.
Yeah. So you've gotten pretty popular, I would say, on the forums. I seem to see everywhere, and everybody seems to know about you. But I'm hoping you can tell us something about you that the Wynn community might not know.
Oh boy. I mean, a really simple fact that a lot of people don't know is my real name. I've mentioned it past, but it's not Xavier, it's Adam, and I don't really like it.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I thought you were gonna say EXE was your real name. I was like, I knew it.
Yeah, same here. That's what I was. That's what I call you by. Like, yo, we're having an interview with EXE.
Yeah.
But, oh gosh, I don't know what I haven't really told people. I mention a lot about myself.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think we leave this opportunity. This is like one of those questions where we're hoping you'll like tell a deep dark secret, like past when you murdered that one
when you
guy.
accidentally stuck French fries up your little sister's ear holes, if you have a sister.
I do not have siblings.
Well, then no French fries in your ear holes.
That was, but it wasn't mine.
Oh, okay.
Somebody's sister's ear holes have
Some other
French
EXE
fries in them.
Right.
So I guess that's about it for our questions. Will you have any questions you want to ask us? Anything you want to say?
Oh my, this isn't my interview. I wasn't prepared
Yeah.
for
This is when we flip it. We're like, yeah, we had the pressure. Now you get
You're
the
the
pressure.
host now.
Yeah, how about that? Pressure's on you now.
Okay. What is the creative process you use to come up with your art, Solo?
Oh my god, I didn't know it was serious.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes! I'm being serious.
Yeah. There you go. Now the pressure's on you.
Commissions are easy because they tell you what you want, and you just start sketching, and then you see something dumb, and then you get rid of it, and then you put something else, and then. But when you're doing
songs too.
Yeah, when you're doing like original art or original music, I guess, I don't know. It's kind of difficult because, especially making like original characters, you have to like do character design, and it's like, and so my creative process is just think of something. Like I just made a weird OC recently called Patty, and I just wanted a girl that was like had overalls and was a complete dork like me. And so I kept thinking of dorky features and stereotypical dorky features, and just started sketching and stuff. So I guess that's my creative process.
Wow.
Right. So I guess I'll have one question for Hippie then as well. How long does it take you, or how long does it take you, and how tough is it when you're editing your videos?
I guess it depends. Some videos are something that just like, I can put it in there, I can clip it, 5-6 parts, watch it through, and then put it in there, put music, and maybe a 20-minute video will take me 30 minutes to edit in total. But there's some videos that we like to go crazy on and just do insane stuff. Like whenever I did leveling guides or whenever we did skits, those could take me anywhere between 5 and 20 hours to make. So
oh my god.
Yeah. I've put in some long hours on some of them.
Super fun to make.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you see the finished product, it's like I just accomplished something great.
Yeah. That's exactly
everything. We can all agree on that since we're like all like artists in our own way.
Like as soon as I press render on that video, after like a 30-minute edit, press render, I'm like, yeah, I feel good.
and then you wait like an hour for it to actually render.
Yeah, well, I mean, my PC sucks, so I gotta wait like 3 hours for it to render. But I mean, the whole way I'm just like, yeah, and then I get tired after
Saving
like an
pictures
hour.
isn't that hard.
Awkward. Am I the only one that's gotta throw that big old render on there after? Oh, crap.
I mean, 3D art you have to render, but I don't do that.
You gonna start making 3D
I
art now?
can't draw at all. I can't do most forms of art. I do music and that's like it.
Hey, you
Yeah.
make pixel art. I seen that.
Yeah.
I make pixels because my hands shake, so I just
Yeah,
find
yeah.
listen.
Listen, that was the same problem I had. I really like drawing, and I drew a lot on pen and paper, but I could never do anything online. And when Bree was showing me how to do like art on friggin' in Psy with mouse and stuff, I just couldn't do it because I have a really shaky hand. So I moved to pixel art, and I had a lot of fun with pixel art. So I mean, maybe that's just what you gotta go to.
Because you can
Like-
just like, I want this color to be here, and it
Yeah,
goes
yeah,
there.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
you don't have to draw
There you go.
straight
Yeah, yeah.
line and actually expect it to be straight, because
Yeah.
you can just do it individually, and it is straight.
Exactly.
And then you can make them jump.
great. Yeah, and then you
Jump.
make
Yeah.
them jump.
So promo.
It's jumpy for me.
Yeah. I am so behind on jumpies, but yeah.
Maybe I'll make one so that way you can be in the background of this
Oh,
podcast.
I actually have to make you one now.
There you go.
You're happy.
Yes.
Free jumpy. Works out
Woo.
perfect. Yeah.
I don't have to spend like half of my liquefied emeralds on it because I'm
Yeah. Oh, cool.
poor.
Yeah, so I guess that's about it. You got anything else you want to promote or add or anything like that? A channel that people could subscribe to or something?
Wynncraft. It's great.
Yeah. And I'll make
Yeah,
sure to
Wynncraft.
link Xavier's channel, and you can check out a lot of his music on his YouTube channel if you want. But I guess that's about
Link
it.
the SoundCloud too. I'll send you a link to the SoundCloud.
Yeah, that'll be perfect. I'll put those right at the top of the description so people can check those out. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being on the podcast. Guess that's
Woo.
gonna do it though for now. I've been Hippie, and I'll see you guys next time.
Next time.
Yeah.
I was late. Sorry.